Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading this is part 2 for the week of January 17th. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, this is part 1. There is a pinned comment down below that covers everything that you see here. We're just going to clarify it. So let's see what is going on for you here, Taurus. I feel inspired. We were talking about inspired action in the first reading. I feel inspired to clarify your anchor cards as well. So for your animal oracle card, you have the dog. This card says companionship. We also see the 10 of cups in this first row. So for a lot of you, there could be either a companion coming in for you or companionship. This could literally be a dog. It could be anything. A person, a friend, a lover coming in for you. But I feel like it's being highlighted, especially with the 10 of cups. I would like to see, a little bit more, like 3 of cups, something like that showing up. That would kind of solidify the message for me. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the 8 of Cups. I definitely feel like you are kind of releasing something. You have the Tower, the Death card. Even the 8 of Wands is very quick movement. Could be, a conclusion, because the 8 of Wands can represent a conclusion, and it's like you're wrapping something up. And that's how I see this reading. I really feel with the Tower, you're making the decision to have this Tower moment, but mostly because I feel like you see that a tower is burning in your life. And this 8 of Cups would just be you deciding to walk away from something. 8 of Cups, I am getting like a very strong need to make sure that you're not second guessing yourself. I personally, I like the 8 of Cups. To me, it's a good card because you're walking towards the 9 of Cups, which we literally see in this top row, ends with the 9 of Cups right there. There you go, Taurus. But what I would say is, to me, the 8 of Cups, sometimes we can ask why. And the 8 of Cups says, don't do that. It's like a card of being sucked into an emotional whirlpool. It's like, I'm sure you've all either done it, I've done it myself, or maybe you've known someone where they go through a breakup or something and they get sucked in, where they just can't let it go. They just can't move on. The 8 of Cups kind of says, like, don't get sucked into something. With the 10 of Cups, you have the moon. A lot of moon energy coming up this week. I'm pretty sure almost every single sign has had the moon this week so far. I've done like 8 readings so far, something like that. And what I would say here is that the moon can represent fears, illusions, fantasies, things like that. What I would say here is it's clarifying the 10 of Cups. The 2 cards together could say that your life needs some more color. Your life needs some more, magic in it. And I kind of feel that for everyone. I think I've said that to a couple signs this week. And so I feel like life needs some more excitement. Anything you can do to, brighten up your day would probably be a good idea with those 2 cards. Here you go. With the 5 of Cups, you have the Sun. Again, like I said, definitely a blessing in disguise reading for sure. The Sun also talks about your inner child. That little baby or child that's on your horse there is your inner child. And the card itself says you need more fun. You need more excitement. You need to do things that bring joy into your life. Very important at this time. Like I said, you're not the only sign that has had messages like this. And it's been like a repetitive message as well about the inner child. Same thing with the 9 of Pentacles as well. The 9 of Pentacles has been repeating for a couple of signs, and it's a card of your environment, like I said in your first reading, and what you surround yourself with. So it's like you have these 2 messages that kind of repeat. With this Capricorn card that says achieve, you have the Imam Coeli card here. This card says your root. This is the opposite of your midheaven in astrology here, Taurus. So I feel for some of you, you need to ground something in reality. That's probably why there is this like need for hard work in your reading. The other thing that I would say about your IC in astrology is that Tower. your Imam Coeli is like your, it says your root here. It is like your foundation in a lot of ways. And then you have the Tower. The Tower always gets reduced down to its foundation. And this kind of leads me more towards rebirth type of energy, especially with the Death card, because it's like you never truly get reduced. You never get reduced down past your foundation, right? We never truly get zeroed out. I understand what being, I talk about this all the time because I understand what feeling zeroed out feels like. I understand it. I've lived it, right? Feeling like that you can't break past a certain point, or feeling like, I'm just screwed. I've been there multiple times in my life. And I've talked about this before, but it's like really when we get reduced down to the foundation, we have knowledge there. We have things that we've learned. And I feel like this card's trying to remind you of that. Look at this, 9 of Pentacles. You have the Empress. Love it. Definitely a lot of abundance and success. Your energy showing up here as well. So the Empress puts you in a position of power and strength. For some of you, I kind of feel like the Empress, and again, this IC card is reminding you that there is more. There is, you can push past this point. Nine of Pentacles to the Empress is amazing. One of my favorite combinations in the tarot, because Nine of Pentacles is like pre-Empress energy. The Empress is the Empress, obviously. So it's like you're making the full transformation here. With the Tower, you have the Queen of Swords. Like I said, this gives me the vibes that you've made the decision. Her back is to the past in the reading, and I'll show you that in just a second. But she's finally clear on what she needs to do. She is, her head is finally above the clouds. She's the first Court Swords card where her head is clear, where she can finally see things clearly. And when I put her here, you can see that her back is to the past, this direction. She's very, very laser focused. Like I said, I feel like a laser like focus is going to be very, very important for you in this reading. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Eight of Swords. Like I said, I can't get over the fact that in this middle row, when I put that IC card down, I was like, I know exactly what this is. I feel like for some of you, it's like seeing past a barrier, seeing past an obstacle could be a little bit of a challenge for you at this time. Not impossible at all. I feel like you will move past it based off of your last row. And you also have the Empress here. What I would say is 10 of Cups, there are probably a lot of people that have solutions for you, but, the Moon, fears. So it's like needing to communicate with people in your life who might be able to help you. This could be in any area of your life as well. This could be in business, it could be in love, whatever, wherever you are feeling Eight of Swords, stuck. Wherever you can't see past a barrier, this is saying to me that there are people who will help you, but you need to, I feel like you need that radical honesty from people in your life or something. There is a book called Radical Honesty. I don't think that what I'm about to say is in that book, but it might be. So, it might be a good book for you, but there's a book, it might be Radical Honesty, where there's like an exercise where you sit people who are important to you down and you tell them that you want them, no matter what, to tell you the truth about something, no matter what, no matter how much it's going to hurt you, no matter how much it's going to whatever, right? And it's very uncomfortable, of course, but I think it's a great exercise for growth. So it's like in love, you could sit people like your friends down and say, tell me the God's honest truth. I don't care if it hurts me. I want the truth about why I don't have love or why you think I don't have love. And if you have like friends who are willing to tell you the God's honest truth, it might hurt, but at the same time, it could just be the answer you're looking for. I kind of get that energy for you here. That's why I'm saying this. So interesting. With the pig and the boot here, let's see what you get. You have the peacock. It says, beware of great pride. Two cards that kind of say, the pig says, beware greed. The peacock says, beware of great pride. And then you have the boat. It says, money, property through an inheritance, winning, or a windfall. I like that. So there could be definitely great abundance. It's funny because you have the pig spirit, which says, beware of greed. So, there could be a lot of abundance coming in for you. But it's just saying, keep your head on straight. And then you have the boat. There could be some sort of windfall. And you have this boot card as well, which is about achieving a goal. So, love it. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Emperor. Look at this. This could be a divine counterpart coming in for you if you're looking for love. To me, Empress, Emperor, power couple. Doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to either. This could be whatever. And it could be same gender. Doesn't matter. It's just a power couple energy. Two people who kind of fill each other up, right? So, definitely a very good for love. For those of you that, I'm starting to believe this is another one of those integration readings. You have the moon and the sun. The sun here's the thing, is that the sun is a combination of the moon and the sun energy. The sun has squiggly lines and it has like these straight lines, these rays behind it. Some of them are kind of wavy, some of them are straight. It represents a combination of the sun and the moon energy. It's, kind of represents both. And it represents the fact that we need both. The sun is ultimate clarity. The moon is that, confusion, needing to trust your intuition. It is the things that we cannot see, right? But it's like when you can combine both energies, you can be very successful. I see that as well with the Emperor and the Empress. It's a combination of the masculine and feminine energies like together when they show up together. And it's like working with both energies. I'm starting to believe that this reading is saying that that's what you are doing in your life. It has nothing to do with maybe other people, but maybe it's just a combination of both. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Queen of Swords. So, are the King of Swords. You have the Queen of Swords coming again. Divine counterparts right here. If we can get it to switch. So, divine counterparts. I'm not a big fan of the King and the Queen of Swords together because, usually it's like one is usually facing away from the other, and they both have their sword up as well. There needs to be communication. Some of you could be dealing with a person where there's kind of like blocked communication. I would open up. For others, I feel like this is probably what's falling apart is, a relationship that you have been in. Remember what I said in the first reading about breaking up, saying that you want to break up, but it's like in doing this, you're inviting your like true divine counterpart into your life if you happen to be looking for love. With the Death card, you have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands, like, kind of looking off into the distance. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's definitely, something is complete with this wand. This wand stands on its own. It's a card of leadership and taking the lead, which is definitely something I see you doing in this reading. There's definitely some kind of like leadership vibes going on here. But I would just say this is like a transformation reading, like I said at the beginning, because, the Death card, the Tower, then that Imam Quayle card, it's like you're being reduced down to a foundation, so you're rebuilding something new, which is very interesting. I also feel, like I said, blessing in disguise vibes here because you have all these cards of abundance at the end. Even those two tea leaf cards, these tea leaf cards here, you have two of achieving your goals and making money or having some sort of windfall. It doesn't even have to be money. It could be anything that you're wishing for. But it's like sometimes we have to release something to get all that abundance, right? It's like the universe is saying, make space for something new. So I kind of see this reading as one of those readings that's asking you to make space or create more space for something that you truly desire. I also feel being honest with yourself kind of came up in the reading. I feel like that's very important. It's like I said, I gave the story in the first reading about breakups, and how I've had times in the past where I've kind of been feeling off about a relationship, and I say to the universe, like, hey, if this isn't right, remove it from my life. And then literally multiple times this has happened to me where the next day the person will break up with me or something will happen, right? And literally. So it's crazy how that happens or how that works. And what I'd say here is it's like if you're asking the universe or if you're thinking about asking the universe for something, it's like you probably already know the answer. That's what that tells me when that happens in our life. It's like we already know that something isn't right, but we're just afraid to do it ourselves, right? And I don't know, I kind of get that for you here in a lot of ways, but really interesting reading, really good. I like where this is going, much better than everybody else as well. So that's good for you, Taurus. But thank you for being here, Taurus. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.